Hey lovely ladies, Christians, and crazy kids. I am back with a quick update on my December challenge. At the beginning of this month, I invited you all to join me in my challenge of working out at least 20 minutes every single day. And I'm happy to report that things are going really well so far. I wasn't expecting for other people to really jump in with me, but I have had 10 people between family, friends, subscribers, followers just jump in with me, and so I've been able to do regular check-ins. I do every 2 to 3 days on how everybody's doing, what's going well for you, what are you struggling with, what workouts are you doing. I have some people synced to my Apple Watch so I get notifications when they're doing their workouts. It's just been super exciting to hear about everybody's progress. At least 50% of the people who have participated in this challenge so far have lost weight, which is something I wasn't even pushing. I was just pushing establishing better habits, being more active, being more mindful, and all of that. So it's great that people are feeling better, looking better, seeing differences on the scale. I'm just super excited. For me, I can't say I've seen huge differences because I'm not trying to focus on physical changes. So for those who want to know if I've had any weight loss, I've lost 2.6 pounds since starting this. As of a few days ago, I actually have not weighed myself in a few days just because I'm trying not to focus on the scale. I'm really trying to focus on how I feel, and I feel amazing, and that's all that matters right now. However, in my body, I don't think I've gotten any smaller, but I do feel like I am a lot less bloated. At least I can see that in myself. I don't know if the video or photos that I'm taking will show that, but I feel like if anything, I'm less bloated. I don't feel like I've lost any weight or visibly. In addition to being less bloated, I went through like a very strong week and a half of having the most amazing sleep that I've had in a very, very long time. My appetite is so much smaller. When I first started this, I started the first 4 days only eating greens, just so I can start kind of with a clean slate. And I'm happy I did that because it not only helped my system regulate and make it to where I'm going routinely, like I'm not feeling super heavy every time I eat a meal, but it just helped my appetite shrink down a ton. So now I eat lunch around 11 a.m. That's when I get extremely hungry and need to eat. After that though, I don't find myself getting super hungry for the rest of the day. I still have been eating dinner at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, but I can't even get through a full portion. A lot of the times I'll eat half my plate and then have to put the rest over for leftovers. And the biggest thing that I'm excited about is I feel like for the first time in a while, being active has started to feel like it's part of my daily routine again. I know that I have to go to the gym after work, or if I don't go to the gym after work, I gotta get a quick workout before I shower at night, or before I chill, or before I edit, or before, like, everything is associated with me doing a workout before my day is done, and that's been working out fantastically for me. That was honestly the point of this December challenge. I didn't care if I dropped any pounds, if I saw any difference in myself. I really just wanted to make sure I'm doing something that I can sustain. And right now, I feel like past December, I'll be able to commit to working out on a very, very regular basis for at least 20 minutes a day. So some of the things that I have struggled with while doing this challenge, I feel like some days I just am still having to have that internal dialogue where I have to remind myself that you have to put yourself before these other things. Because on the days that have been long or stressful or tiring, or I have photo work on top of my full-time job and everything, the first thing I resort to is how I can shorten my workout, how I can make it less intense, how I can, just cut corners and stuff, and that's not how it's supposed to be. I realistically, if I'm having a harder time, should probably be spending more time working out because it would be more of a coping skill for me. Then I can burn off some steam, then I can feel like I'm really taking care of myself for the first time that day. So that's been a little bit frustrating, having to have that constant internal dialogue and fight with myself like, look, just stay committed. Hydration, my first 10 days was trash. I didn't realize how much I've scaled back on drinking water throughout the day because I'm so busy and I'm just not thinking about how thirsty I am. But when I started cutting down my appetite and then increasing activity, I just found myself getting thirsty to the point where like my throat was dry, and I was like, man, I need to fix this. I can't really think of any more struggles that I've had. I do feel really proud of myself, to be honest, because I've not only stuck to it, but I have almost developed this tiny little community of people who feel really empowered by this challenge, and I feel really good that I'm helping people make a positive change in their life. And I'm also proud of the moments that I've said, you know what, let me go get some food after the gym or something like that, and I'll think about the first place I can eat out or whatever. And I really challenged myself to be like, you know what, if you want some chicken, like, let's try some homemade chicken tenders for the first time. And so it's been random moments like that where I've challenged myself to just make meals at home, and it's made a huge difference. I've also noticed while doing this challenge, I have not spent nearly as much money on food. I really haven't. Like, I checked my budget towards grocery shopping and eating out, and it's probably a half, if not a third, of what it would normally be by this time of the month. Now that I've recapped how things have kind of gone, I'm just going to share a couple things that have really helped me this first 2 weeks of this challenge. My water bottle, that has been the biggest solution to me drinking water. I make sure I drink at least 2 of these a day. If I can, I try to drink more. You all have probably seen a ton of these by now. They're just like the water drinking ones where it tells you to drink a certain amount. Something I've found that I have struggled with is just dealing with cravings. They're a lot more mild than when I started the challenge, but sometimes I just want something to munch on. I went ahead and got some meal replacement shakes. This is the vanilla one, just the Walmart brand. And then I tried these little breakfast bar things. I mean, these things aren't something that I would say like incorporating your entire diet, because you probably shouldn't be eating like a lot of snack foods and things like that. But for me, they're better alternatives than like getting a candy bar, getting a bag of chips. And because they do help suppress my appetite, if I have some of those, I'll usually just need to eat something small for my next meal, because I'm typically pretty satisfied after I have them. The last helpful tip that I can give to you is try to add some variety to your workout. For me, I've done everything from like in-home YouTube videos to going to the gym and having a different variation of workouts there. For nice days, I've been walking outside for at least 2 miles. Just anything to be active. You can dance, you can do yoga. I did yoga a couple days. It is December 2nd and 70 degrees, so I messaged my dad earlier and was asking if he's available after work, and he certainly was. So we're going for a bike ride today. Right? So we just got done with our ride.
Yep. Almost a night ride.
Yeah, that's my first time getting to see the lights that I have on my bike. We did 6.6, I'll say 6.68 miles because my gauge is usually a little bit short. But yeah, it's been a nice ride. This is our first one in a while. I'm happy we got to do a slightly night ride because I haven't been able to do one, and that was on my bike riding bucket list for 2020. So we're about to head in though because we're freezing now. It's no longer 70 degrees. Just anything to keep it going. I've really enjoyed just challenging myself to think of new things so that I'm not getting bored doing the same exercises every single day. I was hoping to do a bit more meal prep before I came back to you all, but although I've been cooking, it's just not super convenient to record it. Like, it really isn't. So I think I maybe did like one video putting it together of just a quick meal that I have for myself. But other than that, like, I've just been making whatever comes to mind, whatever's in my cabinet, whatever causes me to not have to go out to eat, and trying to use those. I've been trying to do heavier on greens, veggies, Even finding ways to incorporate fruit, like in my morning oatmeal, I'll add apples and things like that. Just anything you can to add a bit more substance in the right ways is the right route to go. If I can just share a couple final thoughts on this, I just want to say, again, shout out to everyone who has taken on this challenge with me, who's chosen to really just focus on self-care for at least 20 minutes a day. For those of you who are struggling right now with doing it or are interested in joining, please just keep in mind that you do not have to put yourself through intensive workouts every single day. This is about developing a habit and routine that you can sustain. There is no point of us doing all this to refresh ourselves, to get into the routines and all this stuff, if we're going to exhaust ourselves after 30 days. Like, you really do want to focus on ways that you can just make this a part of life. We're not focused on crash diets, doing it for 30 days and being done. We're focused on developing a habit so we can start off the new year fresh and keep it going. So if you want to join me, reach out to me on socials. That's the best way to get in touch with me. Here is my username on everything. So make sure you reach out to me. I think some people were hesitant, like, oh, I've never messaged her and I've been following her and all this other stuff. Like, I'm somebody. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, just reach out to me. I will check in with you. I'm all about the community right now, so let's get into it. If you did take on this challenge with me and you've seen any progress, please leave it down in the comments. I look forward to seeing you all closer to the end of the month for our final check-in. Continue to do amazing. Continue to do things that are good for yourself. With that said, I'll see you lovely ladies, gorgeous gents, and crazy kids soon. Candy loves you.